Hi friends, so I'm just about to go out for my first ever Maffetone Method run, MAF method, maximum aerobic fitness. So I work out my sort of MAF number, which is 180 minus your age, so 150, so that's 130, and then there's different variables you use to personalize it a little bit for yourself, and mine ends up taking another 5 off that, basically because I'm not fit. Which gives me 125. So the idea is to spend as much time training in that zone as possible. So 125 and then take 10 off. So 115, so between 115 and 125. Try and stay in that zone, you know, and build up the amount of time that I spend in that zone a week. So this is my first ever time doing that. I've done some running before, and I've even done a little bit of heart rate zone training on the last run I did, but I didn't know what I thought zone 3 of a 5-zone system was the one to use. But it turns out that that's probably too high for building aerobic fitness, because I'd go in and out of anaerobic. Now, I'm so unfit aerobically that I will have to walk loads today to stay in that zone and not go above it. So even the other day when I was doing zone 3, which was like 135 to 147 beats per minute, I think, something like that, I was having to walk loads of that. So that's how unfit aerobically I am. I'm actually anaerobically quite fit. I've never really done endurance stuff. I've always like hated it. Only done it for mental training, really. So today, and I'm going to give this a really good go because I've looked into all the science of it. It looks like it makes absolutely perfect sense. It's something I had heard of before. I'll go into that in another video. But yeah, so today I'm actually going to do a 10K run. So that's 6.21 miles or something. Stay in that heart zone and kind of give me an initial starting point, a picture of where I'm at. As I say, I think it will be a hell of a lot of walking. So I think it's going to take me a really long time. It would take me a long time anyway, because I'm so bad at running. I think it's going to take me a long time. But anyway, we'll go for it, see what happens. And then I'll probably do a 10K like that every week, or something like that, maybe every other week, just to see the progression that's happening with this MAF method. But all my training now is going to be in that heart rate area. So in the MAF zone, basically, of what is for me 115 to 125 heartbeats per minute, and see what progression I get working in that area, staying training aerobic. Yeah, so all my training is going to be in that. So it'd be like a discipline thing of staying in there, and we'll see what happens. I'll do it every week, maybe every 2 weeks, see how the progression is going on. The rest of my training will be time on my feet. So I'll stay in that heart rate zone, stay in that 115 to 125, but it'll be just time. So I'll go out for 30 minutes and run back. So it's about an hour. Just set my Garmin to go for about an hour. So I've set a workout on here. I'm going to go and warm up, start walking, then start jogging. And then when my heart rate gets to 115, the alarm will go off on my watch, and that means I can set off. And I'll just set off and it'll tell me when I've done 10K. Although I'll be keeping my eye on it as well. I sort of know how far 10K is around here. So yeah, see how we go. And I'll report back later. Hi guys, so I'm just back from my first Maffetone Method run. And I just want to make some quick observations. I haven't really looked at the numbers yet, but I did 10K, 6.21 miles, warm up and cool down. I tried to do it as all on one thing as a workout on my Garmin, but I got it wrong. So at the end of the cool down, I started running, and then the alerts weren't working. So, which I noticed straight away because I'd already got my heart rate up. So I stopped that and just reset it for a normal run workout, and just use my normal alerts for the times. But one thing definitely got wrong. So I want to do, so my MAF number is 125. So I need to keep that, to be in the aerobic zone, I need to be under that and not too far under it. So they sort of say 125 is my number and 115, keep it in those 10. But I've got my alerts on my Garmin set to go off at 125 and 115 in that, at the end of those, that range of 10. And it's a problem because you end up hitting 125 and then my heart rate would go up to like sometimes 132 or more. So you spend longer walking, waiting to get back into the training zone. And it's almost like being above that number apparently is pointless for your aerobic training. So, and the same coming down, like it tell me when it's 115. So then I start moving again because obviously I'm having to walk quite a lot at the moment. It's my first time and I'm mega unfit aerobically. So it get down to 115 and then shoot way below, like sometimes going down to 109, I think it was, even though I'd started running again. So it's like I don't know, a drift in the numbers while the reading catches up, and even the catching up of the heart from the signals that the body's giving it. So I'm going to change that and have my low alert to go off at 119. So hopefully then that'll stop it going below 115 when my alert goes off on my watch, and the high alert to be 123. So as soon as that goes off, I can start walking again and let it come down. So it'll probably still go above 125, but not too much. Because today, once I realized that was a problem, I ended up looking at my watch all the time and looking for it to hit 123 and 119. And you're just going along like this all the time, looking at the watch, and it's like frustrating, and it's almost pointless to have the alerts then. So that's one thing. Other observations, I can't run it yet. If I actually break into what I consider a light jog, I very quickly go above that 125. So I certainly can't do that for any length of time. So it was like hit the high end of the range and then walk, hit the low end of the range. You keep going like that. I tried to run as slow as I could and see if I could stay in that zone, but I couldn't find a way of running that kept me there. Although I have sort of got a sort of new way of running now. I don't know what to call it, like a plod or something, I suppose, or it's not really a shuffle, but it was like very, very small steps, and yeah, just taking it really easy. And that was pretty close. Managed to not shoot me straight over the 125. So I'll make a note of that and try and do that more next time. Maybe it'll only take a few times before I could do that all the time. I don't know. I've no idea what's going to happen here. But I haven't looked at the numbers yet. So that's my first observations. But, oh, yeah, other observation. When I get in from my other runs I've been doing, which are obviously too hard for aerobic exercise, I am like really tired out and hurting, and I just want to get in the bath. Today, I actually feel pretty good. My hip flexors and my quads are a little bit like, yeah, they know they've done over 6 miles. Well, I've probably done about nearly 7 miles with the warm-up and cool down. My right knee sort of knows about it a bit, but I think that was because I was running a bit differently when I did run. It's not painful. I think it's just like hello, be careful of this. And blisters are okay. Like I had blisters, I ran last Saturday, so went Thursday today, ran last Saturday. I got a blister on the ball of my left foot, which popped, blister on the ball of my right foot, which didn't pop. So that's another reason why I've left it until today, but actually my legs weren't ready to go until today anyway. So I kind of feel that, you know, I'm going to go and have a shower in a bit, I reckon, whereas usually I'd just like, God, run the bath, get the old Radox in there and chill out. And quite often having to take like a paracetamol or something when I've finished, because I'm in agony usually, because I really push it. I'm sort of always running the no pain, no gain sort of thing. So yeah, I'm assuming that I'm going to recover a lot quicker, but then I've gone really slowly, so that would make sense. Oh man, look at that crazy hair, like Jim Carrey style, love it. Yeah, that's the first observation. I'll have a look at the numbers and then come back and add some more. Speak to you in a bit. Yo, we're back. So, showered up. Had a quick look at the stats from the run. So let's see if we can have a look and just see some of the things. And you will see how bad I am at running and how aerobically unfit I am. So let's have a look. Share screen. Okay, so MAF test 1, 10k run, 6.21 miles, 1 hour 37. I mean, that's incredible. Like people smashing easy half marathons, you know. It's like 2 hours the world record for a marathon, isn't it? 15 minutes 37 seconds average pace per mile. Now that is like, even by my crappy standards, that is like slow. And in fact, if I can just go back and see what I did it in the other day. Yeah, so the other day, look, 13:55, and I did walk quite a lot of that. Average heart rate there, 133 beats per minute, because I didn't know about this Maffetone training then, whereas today's 121 beats per minute, obviously having to walk loads, and 15 minutes 37. Now, as far as I'm aware, from what I've learned studying this, staying below this 125 is going to build my aerobic base better than what I was doing the other day. So this is what I've got to do, stay at that level. So let's go back having a look at this, just basically to see what was going on. So we've got the map, heart rate, average 121 beats per minute. As I said, I was going, every time I started running, I'd go above 125, so I had to start walking again. And as I walked, I gradually went down below the 115. So that's my 10 beats per minute range. Don't want to go above 125 because that's my MAF number, which is maximum aerobic fitness number, I think, or function. And yeah, you sort of give 10. You can go below the 10 below the bottom range, but then you're sort of, you know, getting less and less effective. Yeah, and the pace, like, you know, just to see, like at a high point, it was, what was it, like 12, 13-minute miles, even at high points, really just like shuffling along. The only other thing is worth looking at is the time in the heart rate zones, which is a little bit wonky here. You know, I was kind of looking for this zone 2, the whole thing, but I kept going over here, went under a little bit, not as much, found it easy to go over. But the other problem is, I don't know if I can actually change this, but I got 125 in the zone 3 number there, whereas 125 is really my zone 2. And I would think quite a lot of it was actually at 125. So that would probably that could even perhaps come down to like 15% or something like that. And even when it did go over, you know, I didn't go over a lot. Like I only went over 130 a few times, and it was just for a few seconds. You know, if 125 is about here, yeah, I popped over quite a few times, but you know, not by much and not that often. As I said, I'm going to change the alerts on my, in fact, I've already done it on my device, so that it alerts me at like 123. So hopefully as soon as I feel the alert vibrate on my watch, I'll stop and start walking again. And the other thing is, hopefully soon I won't have to walk. And then I've set it at 119 at the bottom level, so that when it hits 119, I can start running again or start getting the heart rate up again. I'm spending so much time, I was spending so much time in the anaerobic zone, above my lactate threshold, using fast twitch muscle fibers, and that's not what I want to do now. I've done the mindset stuff. That is all sorted, really. I'm the happiest guy on the planet. Cool, happy, no anxiety anymore, nothing like that. All sorted, in a piece at record levels, like a monk. And so now I am focusing on getting fit, starting to do some decent times in races in the future, and that will come from building my aerobic base and getting my aerobic fitness higher, because it is obviously terrible. So anyone who is a beginner runner, especially if you're overweight and looking to start running, to help you in your weight loss journey, now diet always first. Diet and sleep are massive if you're trying to lose weight, but exercise is so important. Building that aerobic fitness is the thing that's really going to help you. And obviously I need to too. So anyone who's a beginner, look at that. 15 minutes, 37 seconds per mile. Now that is doable. I think, in fact, can we see here when I just walked? Yeah. So even when I just walked I walked a half marathon to restart my training on the 18th of August there, look. That is all walked. 17 minutes, 15 seconds per mile. So it's not that much faster than even when I was just walking it all. And in fact, looking at this 123 beats per minute, there's a time there where I did 13.1 miles in the sort of right average heartbeats per minute, and it was 15.24, so it's really similar actually. So yeah, the trouble is we get put off running by going too hard. I think people get put off, think it's going to be way harder than it needs to be. But if you do this, training aerobic fitness, which is really good for fat burning, which is really good for your overall fitness and heart health, don't have to go fast. You just want to train at these low heart rate numbers and stay there. And it's like now, it's what, a couple of hours since I ran, if that. And I feel great. It's the first time I've had a shower after running and not a bath. Usually I'm straight in the bath because I'm dying. Today, I've had a shower, just had some lunch, and I sort of feel like I could run tomorrow, but I'm 50 and I know when almost certainly when I wake up in the morning, my legs are going to say you're going nowhere, but they're going to be better than they were after Saturday. I know that when I went a bit harder at it and did like 2 minutes a mile faster. I mean, so yeah, doesn't need to be as hard as we think. The old no pain, no gain. That doesn't help. Doesn't help if you're trying to build your heart fitness, lose weight, aerobic fitness. Guys, I'll leave that for today on this one. Anyone needs any information, ask me in the comments. If you're struggling with anxiety, get in touch with me. I'll spend 30, 60 minutes with you just chatting to try and help you, because I've turned my life around so big. Alcoholic, gambler, smoking, overweight. Now I haven't drunk for 18 months, gave up smoking years and years ago, gave up gambling about 3.5, 4 years ago now. BMI is 25. You know, I used to be 2.5. Well, in fact, I've been 3-4 stone heavier than that, but I was generally 2.5, 3 stone heavier than that. Guys, if you can get the inner peace, all of those other things come from there really easy. So yeah, attack them, but strive for the inner peace, because it'll all come from there really easy. So just get in touch with me, send me a private message, whatever, comment. I'll give you 30 to 60 minutes of my time for free, just to see where you're at and see if I can help you. I'll serve the hell out of you. Guys, take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.